Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and this is News and Week in Review, where we're going to dive into a bunch of things, a few news pieces, a topic of the week. No topic of the week. There is no topic of the week this week. It just I didn't have one. Sometimes I have like a little thought that I think out and write down notes on, and then talk about it in these videos. And other times I spend 5 minutes staring at the wall trying to think of one right before it's time to film. And sometimes those 5 minutes work, and I'm like, that's something that's halfway decent to talk about. And other times I'm like, I'm forcing it too much. It's not gonna happen. So no topic of the week this week, and also no tablet, no side view for the news. The past month has been a little crazy. In the past 3 weeks and going forward the next 3 weeks, I had Dice Tower West, which was a lot of fun, but took a chunk out of my week. I had PAX East after that. That was a lot of fun and took a chunk out of my week. I had Passover Round 2 and Passover Round 1 and Round 2, and for those who don't know, Passover is kind of an 8-day holiday, but it's like 2 days at the front that are completely offline and no working, no nothing. 2 days at the end that are completely offline, no work, no nothing. And then the middle is kind of ideally not supposed to work, but you could. There's leniencies and all that stuff, and you can definitely be online, use electronics, all of that stuff. And so again, Passover Round 2, Round 1, Round 2. Then I'm going to England next week, as well as after that's going to be Gamma. So basically non-stop work is what I'm looking at right now. Non-stop work, and don't get me wrong, I love what I do, and I love very much the life I get to live, but it does mean that between balancing YouTube, Gamefound, and all these things in between, there's a lot to catch up on. And so small little things where I save myself 5 minutes on the tablet to not do it, it does add up. It does add up. So with that, let's go ahead, now that I wasted 4 minutes on that, let's go ahead and dive into the week in review. Starting off with news, first of all we have, starting off with giveaways. Obligatory reminder, if somebody replies to your giveaway comment down below, if somebody replies to any comments down below saying, hey, you win something in Telegram and message us and pay us money and all those things, don't do that. Anyone who asks you to pay money, the only time you should ever in any way think to pay money whatsoever is through alex@boardgameco.com via email. If you're an international winner, sometimes they do ask for payment for, cover towards shipping for international stuff, but again, that's always going to be through email, alex@boardgameco.com. Anything else whatsoever, do not send money. If I message you on WhatsApp, don't do it. If I message you on Telegram, don't do it. If I ask you for like Morse code so I can tap it out, do not do it. If I reply in the comments down below and it looks like it's not me, don't do it. If I reply in the comments down below and it looks like it is me, just in case, just check with the email, alex@boardgameco.com. That's your obligatory reminder. With that, we have 2 winners this week. For those who are not following that, I've been giving away a game. Every 500 subs, I've been giving away a Lacerda title. I'm going to link to it down below, but I have a video called, giving away 6 Lacerdas and a Hoplomachus. That's basically a video where, again, for every 500 subs, we're giving away a Lacerda. And then over on Camp Co-op, a video, the channel where I go ahead and I stream campaign content with Professor Meg. When that hit 2,000 subs, we were going to give away Hoplomachus Victorum. And so both things have happened this week. We have both of them lining up. We have the 48,500 sub giveaway. We got 3 more to go. We're going to be giving away another Lacerda at 49,000, at 49.5, and at 50,000 subs. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you very much. But past that, we're going to be doing the Hoplomachus one as well. And to that end, I already spun the magical wheel, and ding, 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 ding. We have the Duke of Fall. The Duke of Fall, you won one of the Lacerda titles. Message me whatever. I'll try to reply to your comment. I do not make a guarantee, but message me. If I don't hear in 2 weeks or whatnot, I give it away over on Patreon. The Duke of Fall. You can pick out any of the Lacerda titles except for Vinos and On Mars, both of which are already taken by the previous winners. And then we have over on Camp Co-op, the winner for Camp Co-op, if you reply to that video. And so for those of you who are interested, if you reply to the Lacerda video, the one which I'll link down below, we're still taking 3 more giveaway winners as we hit 49, 49.5, and 50,000. But the Hoplomachus one is now officially being given away, and it's being given away to ding, 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 Brian T. Brian T, you are the giveaway winner over on Camp Co-op. I like my little ding, ding, ding thing. It's now it works. It does the job. But either way, that's going to be the 2 winners. Congrats to Brian T and the Duke of Fall. And again, check in, and if you don't, I'll try to contact you. I'll try to reply to comments, but no guarantees on that. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into news, starting off the bat with, what do we have? We have the Royal Limited. Button Shy's newest campaign, the Royal Limited, is going to be launching on Kickstarter shortly. We have Side Room Games put out a video response to my Legacy of You topic of the week from last week. Basically, I was talking about Legacy of You and general concepts around winning, losing, mitigation, and then the Legacy of You in particular. And he put out an excellent video going into detail on both the general concept and the Legacy of You in particular. I'll link to that down below. A great channel, and I thought a very well thought out response. We have Introspective from Scott Nicholson. If you don't know Scott Nicholson, Board Games with Scott is one of the original, YouTube board game people, like one of the originals, one of the greats, one of the people that, like, you know, led content creation in the YouTube space. That's Board Games with Scott Nicholson. He started a new series on YouTube called Introspective. I'll link to that down below. His channel hasn't changed. He's just doing a new board game series, so you can check that out if you want. And then from there we have a B&D Con. B&D Board and Dice is doing a convention May 7th. It's going to be an online convention hosted over on the Brothers Murph YouTube channel, hosted by the Brothers Murphs. That's going to be, you know, over May 7th. I don't know all the things they're doing, but Board and Dice convention. If you want to check out an online convention, be a part of the party, all day long streaming, stuff like that. Again, I don't have the exact details, but that's going to be running on May 7th on the Brothers Murph channel. We have QVO Games. I've talked about him in the past, but Juan from QVO Games, I think I briefly mentioned him in one video, but basically I recommend checking out his channel. He does a lot of content around retail games and also just other conversational videos. I've been really enjoying his content since I subscribed, I don't know, a month or two ago, or 2 months ago, around Dice Tower West times, when I realized he had a YouTube channel. But I subscribed back then, and then I've really been enjoying the content, so I'm going to link to that down below in case you want to check that out. And also, he talks almost as fast as me, or as fast as me, which I personally enjoy. I like that a lot. But then lastly, we have over there, we have a Micro Macro did a free Easter giveaway. So if you want to check out a little mini Micro Macro mystery, check it out. They did a free Easter giveaway. I don't know if it's still up, but I'll include the link down below, and you can check that out. And that's what we have for the news of the week, which brings us to the topic of the week, which, as mentioned, we don't have a topic of the week. Nothing this week. I just didn't have anything. Like, I spent a few minutes trying to think of something. Now I'm going to spend like 30 seconds wondering if inspiration will strike. Nope, I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I am decently on top of things, but also falling behind at the same time. Both things are true. I'm panicking. It's okay. It's all okay. I need to check on those two. It's travel. Travel is a thing, man. Travel. Breathe, Alex. Anyways, moving on to the Week in Review. Week in Review starting off with the 12x12 update. No major update there. I'll be primarily diving into Daenerys this week. The 12x12 has been a mix of, you know, being able to dive into some things very easily because I play half the games online, Feast of Odin, like, you know, Casa Burgundy, when I'm able to play them on Board Game Arena. I will be diving, I filmed my 12x12 Arnak review. That should be going up soon. I will be filming my 12x12 Casa Burgundy review very shortly. That should be going up soon as well. But, well, that might be going in a few weeks. We'll see. We'll see exactly when it goes up. And then I am currently working my way through Daenerys Adventures. That's the one I'm working on right now. I don't know how long it'll take me to get 12 games deep, but I'll be doing my best effort to get, I don't know, 3 or 4 games closer over the next few days and see what I can do there. And then Spirit Island. I need to play Spirit Island. I need to play so many games. There are good games out there. There's just good games. There's a lot of good games, too. That's the best part. There's a lot of good games. Anyways, that's going to be the 12x12 minor update around Daenerys. Nothing else really happening at the moment. I want to play DEI. Good games. Good games. Moving on to the what I played. As usual, this is going to be the segment where I talk about a few specific games that I select out from the games I played this past week. I'm going to start with Seismic. Seismic. It's always Seismic. I say Seismic mentally every single time. It's Seismic. I'll be having full coverage on this game very shortly. In fact, I think coming up this week, I'll have a full video on Seismic. But I'm excited. I want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it now, so I'm going to talk about it now. Seismic. I like Seismic. It was an interesting game. I highly recommend checking out my full video review of it, but it was a very messy, chaotic experience, but also one that I very much enjoyed. I managed to get 2 plays of it in. I'm going to try to get a 3rd play in before I film my review, but I cannot make a guarantee. It's a bit of a beast to table, but I'm also probably going to be very heavily caveating that review anyway, as I'll probably still call it a review, but also be very heavily caveating, like, I'll be mentioning my number of plays, and there's a reason why, because it's pure chaos. It's pure chaos, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but I really enjoyed the pure chaos that the game brought to the table. Seismic has a lot of things going on as far as just feeling like an epic adventure is happening on the planet all around you. As the planet self-destructs, things are exploding around you, and you're just going through a sequence of a ton of cards and information and relics and you know, I don't know, the something card, the cards are called, not diversity cards, prosperity cards, divinity cards, something cards, the cards that you draw. There's a bunch of cards you can be drawing and playing, and there's going to be all these, like, you know, espionage things you can do as well. There's just powers and abilities left, right, and center, and game-breaking things happening all around you as the planet goes up in flames while you attempt to be the first person to launch your rocket ship off the face of the planet, going boom to everything left behind, and it's so much fun. Like, it is so much fun. I really enjoyed Seismic. I am excited to continue to play that game. I just don't know. It's one of those games that's crazy enough that it might be an experience that turns people off, or it might be an experience you're not looking for because of how crazy it is, and it can feel like there's a lot of luck happening, and there is a lot of luck happening, and I do have minor concerns around the game, but I just like it. It's just a game that I had a lot of fun playing, and I'm excited to continue to dive into, so Seismic is number 1. Again, check out my full review, I'll be diving into it more, but I really enjoyed it, and I recommend keeping an eye out for it, although I do imagine, just given the production value, I imagine it will not be cheap, so take that into account as well. I also dove into Set a Watch this week. Set a Watch, and it's one that I am happy in the end that I did not back that deluxe set. I was looking forward towards backing the deluxe giant set, and I had self-control, and I chose not to, and I played the game again, and I like it. I still like Set a Watch, and I still think highly of it. But it's a game that I am okay moving on from. It's one of those things, when you play a game that you haven't played in a while, one of two things tends to happen. You're either reminded of how good the game is, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I ever had doubts about you at all. Or you're like, you're good, but you're not, like, amazingly good. Like, in the case of Set a Watch, that's a game that I got rid of, got rid of, and got back, and played it, and now I'm going to get rid of it again. And you're like, Alex, you seem a little wishy-washy. Granted, that's true, but most of the time that doesn't happen. Most of the time when I get rid of a game, I get rid of a game. Very infrequently I get it back, and very infrequently do I get a game back a third time. Very, very, very infrequently. But this is one of those times. And so, in fact, technically there's a little bit of a loophole. I didn't actually ask for it back or want it back. Basically, the publisher... Rock Manor Games. That's what it is? Rock Manor Games? I think it's Rock Manor Games. Rock Manor Games, I asked them, they were doing review copies, and I asked them for a review copy of Maximum Apocalypse because I had an interest in covering that, which I already put up covers on the channel. You can check that out. And in the same shipment, they sent me Set a Watch, Sword of a Coin, and I was like, you know what? I played the original Set a Watch. I never played Sword of the Coin. Let me give it a shot and see if it's as good as I remember. And it is as good as I remember, but also a game I'm fine moving on from. Set a Watch is both a compelling puzzle, but a compelling puzzle that I feel I'm usually doing a semi-obvious play. I feel that there's often a degree of luck to the tension involved, and it doesn't feel quite as rewarding as other game systems that are similar in what they bring to the table. I like it, I think well of it, but I don't feel the need to own it when I'm weighing up which puzzly solo games I keep or not keep. It's also co-op, but I really only enjoy the game solo. I find playing it cooperatively just feels like sharing opinions around what we're going to do. It feels like a solo game where you're just talking through it together when I play it with more people. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Massive Darkness 2. Massive Darkness 2, I had a chance to sit down with Chris George from Room and Board and play that one, and it's fun. I like Massive Darkness 2. Now, it's not my first time playing it. I played the tutorial, but now I get to play it, like, again, and it's been, like, it's been a while. It's been, like, maybe 4 or 5 months since I played it. I don't know what the number 7 was. It's been, like, 4 or 5 months since I played it last, and it was one of those games where I didn't play it enough to lock in that muscle memory, and so playing it again was helpful, because I was able to dive back in with Chris George, who knew it well, and dive back in and be like, okay, great, now let's go ahead and dive through the experience and see how it plays out, and it was fun. I'm looking forward to diving back into it. The only small snag in my plans of diving back into Massive Darkness is the fact that I'm trying to play through Terrorist Adventures right now and get that taken care of. I want to play through Terrorist Adventures. I want to do a first impressions video on it, but Terrorist Adventures is a game that needs like 6 plays to get a first impressions done. Forget a final review. That's going to take some time. I'll do a final review at some point, but I also know I owe you a review of Massive Darkness. I will be doing that as well, but first let me get through another few plays of Terrorist Adventures, and then maybe I'll throw Massive Darkness into my 12x12 challenge. Or Undead or Alive. Undead or Alive also could be a good thing. I really like that game too. And I want to play that again. Lots of good games. So many good games. But yeah, Massive Darkness. I really enjoyed it. It's fun. I think it also helped that I played a better class this time. I played as the, What did I play as? So the last time I played as the Shaman, and I didn't really like that class. This time I played as... Was it the Shaman? No, I don't remember what I'm doing. This time I played as like a card. You play a sequence of cards, like almost like a monk. You have a bunch of stances kind of you can layer on. I enjoyed the class. That's all I'm going to say. Either way, I liked it. And then I played with the Thief too, maybe. The Thief, the Ranger, the something other. I don't know. It was a fun time. I enjoyed it. I look forward to diving back into Massive Darkness. I'm glad I own all of it. I'm not glad I own the old stuff. I may have to get rid of the old stuff because that's just way more content than any human being on planet Earth possibly needs. But I do have the upgrade kit. I like games too much. It's a problem. I should go get rid of a few games. I'm going to get rid of a few games today. I think I can get rid of that. And that. And that. There we go. 3 games to my shelf. I just got rid of them. You don't even know. I just got rid of 3 games. They'll be showing up in my next Games Leaving the Collection video, which already has a stack of games that I've reviewed and not been keeping. I've been more aggressive with what I do and don't hold on to. It just, you gotta do what you gotta do. But either way, those are the games I played, which brings us to, the Week in Review. The Week in Review starting off with this past Saturday. Saturday I covered Dungeon Decorators. I enjoyed it, but I also didn't love it. It was a 3 out of 5 for me. It's a fun little system. I found the art particularly lacking for a game that's theoretically about decorating, and so I liked it without loving it, and I feel the game would have been better if the art looked better. But as it was, the game wouldn't have been better, but it would have been held more. But either way, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I did not love it. Then we have Ticket to Ride. I reviewed Ticket to Ride after a very, 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 very long time. Ticket to Ride's an older game. I put out this review review, well, I filmed the review a long time ago for WSBG, and not for WSBG, in preparation to go to WSBG, and it just never went up, and now it's going up. I think I have like 2 more left in this whole like WSBG videos that never went up series. Then from there we have, that was Saturday. Then we have Sunday. Sunday we had 2 videos going up again. We had a Gamefound updates video. I do these every few months. I try to keep them infrequent. So far I don't get enough pushback that I get enough people who say that they appreciate the updates that I will likely keep doing them, but also I am mindful of not making this a Gamefound channel, so they will stay infrequent. But basically they're just generally going over, hey, here's a bunch of things that have happened on Gamefound in the past like 4 or 5 months, in case you haven't been paying attention, because we are constantly putting out things. By the way, in these video updates, we pick and choose what goes into them, because there's so many things we can't possibly cover them all in a single video without it being obnoxiously long, so I just pick and choose some of the highlights and go over those. Then later on Sunday we had a review of what it's like to retire a character in Gloomhaven. Speaking of games that don't get enough play, Gloomhaven has certainly gotten enough play. I've spent more than 100 hours on Gloomhaven over the past year, and I've retired, I don't know, 5 characters, no, well, I've played like maybe 5 to 7 characters. I've retired maybe 3 or 4 of them, but it's been a process and a journey, and I still want my Mind Thief back, that's all I'm saying. But you can watch that video over on, well, on this channel on Sunday. Then on Monday we had a 2 back or not to back. A bunch of games. I will almost certainly be backing Zombicide, White Death, even though I feel like I shouldn't, but I probably will, because I mean, whatever, I'll back it. It'll sell for more than what I paid for it anyways, and I'll either enjoy it and fall. Listen, Undead or Alive, that was one that I fell in love with and I thought I was getting rid of, so you never really know what will happen, but we'll see. White Death, I'll be backing it reluctantly, but that was in my 2 back and not to back, as well as a bunch of other games, including the Terrascapes, which looks very cool. You should check that one out. Then on Tuesday we had a few videos. We had a Monster Hunter World unboxing and announcement. We had an announcement too about hidden secret Monster Hunter World things that will be happening. So you can check that out if you want to see more information there. Then later on Tuesday we had a live Q&A with special guest Chris George from Room and Board, and we had a little game show. Oh, I need to do the game show. I'm the one doing the game show. I need to finish the questions after this. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking in past tense and future tense, it's because, well, Tuesday hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen really soon in my timeline. Then later on Tuesday, we had a review for, Fractured Sky. Fractured Sky from Ivy Games, a review went up, gave that a 4 out of 5. I really like it, but not as much as Mythic Mischief. Probably about in line with Moonrakers, although Moonrakers with expansions higher than Fractured Sky. That's kind of, my order is Mythic Mischief, Moonrakers with expansions, Fractured Sky, Moonrakers, Veiled Fate. I think that's my order from their games in terms of that. But either way, Fractured Sky, solid game. You can check that out, the video and the coverage on that. For me, it's very reminiscent of City of Spies. I just like City of Spies more, which is why Fractured Skies I like, but City of Spies to me is my go-to in that genre. And also I like, what's it called, Battle for Rokugan as well. Then we have on Wednesday, we had another gameplay of Legacy of You, diving back into Legacy of You to dive into the second mission. You can watch that to see how that goes. I'll probably be doing one more on this channel and then moving them all over to Camp Co-op to have those live over there. Then that was Wednesday. Then later on Wednesday, we had 5 more quick game reviews going over a bunch of small game wrap-ups. This is me just trying to go through like an abundance of games I need to get covered and talk about and get, all that stuff. So I just threw another 5 smaller games into a single review. You can check that out. Then later on Wednesday, we had Marvel United Days of Future Past gameplay together with Devin. And Akiva, maybe, together with Devin and AP. I think AP was in it as well. You can check that gameplay out. I think it's one of my favorite modes to play of Marvel United. I really enjoyed the process of fighting against Sentinels. I thought it was really excellent. It's a fascinating puzzle where they mirror everything you do, and so you have to figure out how to do the things you can do without them mirroring it in a way that hurts you. Very fascinating puzzle. Possibly my favorite way of playing Marvel United, with the caveat that I don't know if it'll stay my favorite way as I continue to play it. But that was Wednesday, which means it's Thursday. Thursday I did Where Are They Now for April, going into the games I reviewed last April a year ago. As usual, these series don't have a ton of changes to them, but they are a quick, 12-minute video or 15-minute video where I go through like all of a month's reviews in one shot. I find it's very helpful for people who are, finding the channel in the past year and want to see what's going on, or if you just want a refresher of how I felt about certain games, or if you want to see like the 4 games that I actually changed my opinion on in some small way. They're usually not huge. Again, I've talked about this in the past. In some way, I kind of want to approach these series and the idea from a new angle. I just haven't thought of what that new angle will be yet, so That should happen one day, but not today. Then on, that was Thursday, where are they now? We also had, later on Thursday, we had a preview for They Live, another preview from Devin on the channel. You can check that out. I have not watched it yet. I'm going to watch it soon. Then on Thursday, that's Friday, we had Monster Hunter World Iceborne, a conversation with the developers from Steamforged Games about Monster Hunter World Iceborne, what's going to be different, what's going to be the same, why should you back it, why should you not, is it the right fit for you, should you get it if you don't have Monster Hunter World, or should you get Monster Hunter World if you're diving into Iceborne, but a lot of conversations around Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And then later on Friday, we had a review, later on Friday we had a stream for Santorini, going through that, and then lastly on Friday, we had a Monster Hunter World gameplay, of, well, Monster Hunter World, but just the base game, not Iceborne, just the regular base game, regular old things. We fought off against the giant horn, the Diablos, is that what it's called? I think we fought off against the Diablos, and we maybe won, maybe we lost, who knows, you have to watch the video to find out. And that's going to be Friday, which brings us to today. Today we have two videos going up. We have a review of Dinosauria. I apologize to developer / designer / company in advance. I was mean in the review. I was mean in the review, and I feel bad, but either way, it's a review that's going up later today, and then later we have a review going up for Pioneer Rails. Pioneer Rails is going to be an upcoming crowdfunding campaign going live this Monday, I want to say, and so my review went up today if you want to check that out as well. It's a roll and write game. You can check out more information, more details, which brings us to the games, not the games on the table, games on the table soon, which brings us to the videos for next week. We have a few things, like I mentioned already. We're going to have a review for Seismic going up. You can check that out. I think it's a very fascinating game, very, very cool. Pros and cons to it, though, so you have to see if it's a game for you. We also have The Player Count is a Lie, a video going up with Chris George later this week. Hopefully, I think like 2 weeks ago I told you it was going up, and it got pushed, and then pushed again, so it's probably going up this week. And then we also have a Should You Back It for Elder Scrolls, hopefully going up Sunday. Hopefully, probably. And then a Massive Darkness one, not Massive Darkness, a Zombicide White Death one going up later. Massive Darkness, we have to wait for the next reprint campaign before I do that. And dear Lord, come on, please do not do a reprint campaign for Massive Darkness. Between 1 and 2, I have so many minis, I don't know what to do with myself, so just to hold off. We don't need more for now. Like 3-4 years, we still don't need more. Which brings us to the games on the table. I will be traveling this week, which means I tried to grab a bunch of games that will play well on a plane. These are my hopeful playing on a plane games. We have Explorers, a roll and write game. We have Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, a roll and write game. We have Lord of the Rings, and yes, these are all Ravensburger titles. They just happen to be roll and writes and games that are on my shelf that I want to play. We have Lord of the Rings, the adventure book game that will be, it feels like it could play on a plane. I don't know, but I want to give it a shot. They've had a few games in this line, but they haven't really interested me until this one. I like Lord of the Rings. And then, of course, as always, when you travel, we got a few Button Shy games. I have Numpsters, which I've really been enjoying, and then recent ones, Naturopolis and Comboopolis, which I actually need to grab Sprawlopolis, though, so I can actually do the whole comboing part and bring them all together in one glorious display of whether they will or won't fit on a plane. And then maybe I'll do a video of, I should do a video of 10 great games to play on a plane, and then not have them all be Button Shy games, because that'd be lame. But, 4 of them could be Button Shy games, because that's just accurate. But we'll do that another time. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an excellent week. I'm tired, and that's just fine. It's just me trying to condense, week after week, trying to condense things into half a week. It takes its toll on you eventually. But the good news is I have been using my Too Many Bones gigantic over-the-top mug to stay hydrated. This is an excellent mug. I love the size of it. I filled this up with water, and I'm like, you know what? That's my hydration for the day. And if you're like, that's the water you drink in the day, I try to do it twice. I try. Also, we got seltzer right now, which is so much better than water, let's be honest. In any case, I'm going to go and finish my quiz for the game show that's happening this past Tuesday that you already watched, hopefully. And if you didn't, you should go check that out. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. Have an excellent week, and I hope you have a good one.